of August, and video going out 8:28 in the morning, so pre-market open. So we're looking at Thursday night's close, and as usual we're looking at November 2014 week chart, and we've got the monthly bar chart in front of us here. Slightly longer time frame, we've gone back to 1994, and you see this lower trend line here, which I've been working on, is now a 12-year trend line, and we came back out here to hit to a T 120. You can see here the next support below that is 110, which is the high of 2003. You can see that quite clearly here. So we just zoom in, we'll go back in for a weekly chart. And here's the weekly chart. You can see the recent trend down here of 2013 down to 2014. Recent swing high here, 160. That's where we lost it, and we obviously gapped down here and we've fallen down to 120. Last swing low here was the low of 2011, 136, which obviously held as supports briefly and then got broken. Here 120, here 110. So obviously it's quite easy now. We've got a high of 160, we've got low 120. We've got decision time. We've got this upward facing green candle now on the weekly basis. We need a break of 125.75, I think it is, or a break low of this low, and we're heading down to 110. So obviously crucial to see the close tonight, see if we can get, close above this swing high. The last weekly candle, to give us any clue that we're going back up to retrace and test this 136 again. Now if we come down into the daily, and you can see here quite clearly this fall here. We've got a gap left up here at 155, which over the next 2 years will get filled sometime, so obviously that's an important level. 136, you can see here where we broke through, that was in early July, and obviously we lost this right down to 120, and we've gapped up, that was Tuesday. So obviously crucial this gap holds now, and then we take out this weekly high here, and then we could see a run up to test 136. But obviously all bets are off if we break this low here of 119.50. We are heavily oversold, but we have lost a little bit of the momentum coming from the volume, so we'll have to see what happens. Always look at a gauge. Next Wednesday is always an important marker, I think, middle of the week, to see where this gap holds and we can break this candle. Let's go on to the US market. This is weekly chart, monthly chart back to 1990. You can see how important this swing low here, 580, and that's obviously a crucial level to see whether we can go back up and regain and take that to have some kind of hope of a recovery. Go down into the weekly chart. You can see the same downwards trend that we've had on the UK chart here. We've got this underlying support here, this long-term trend line. We found support 550 when having an attack on this 580 last swing low here, but we failed at the moment to break through it, and we closed last night at 578. Go down to the daily, and you can see here quite clearly that we've had this big green candle through on Wednesday. That has been reversed somewhat by this red candle here, and at the moment we're just opening underneath. So at the moment I would call it a failed breakout on the retest, but obviously we just have to see how the Friday nights close and obviously gauge it next week. And finally on the rape, nothing really much to say there. The move has taken place, got a low 300, high 380, and we've got consolidation at 327 at the present moment. So basically it's just coming back to the UK wheat, and to see whether we can hold this gap and have an attack on that weekly high to close above it, and that will give us some kind of indication of whether we're going to have a recovery, and also keep an eye on that US wheat market. And I'll put an update this time next week. Thanks for watching.